occasion for Ian Kirkpatrick and his 7th All Blacks. And here, the Welsh captain, the Barbarian captain, John Dawes. The man who guided the destiny of the 1971 side. A tactical genius, a man of immense talent, superbly balanced player alongside number 12 there, Mike Gibson. Well, I promise you, Dennis Young sitting next to me, a little tear in his eye. That was what we've always wanted from this New Zealand side. The opposition, the Barbarians, very strong, with 2 new Barbarians, Wilkinson number 5, Tom David number 6, and that back line with immense talent. And the New Zealand side, which is the same 13, just 2 changes from the team that was drawing there in Dublin in that dramatic match 7 days ago. And we're ready. Whiting's catch. So Mr. Georges Domergue of France handling this game, which he says is one of the great moments in his life. What can it produce? Just inside the 10-yard line. Burgess, Hurst. That's for Grant Batty. John Williams. Joe Carroll. David Duckham, John Dawes, Mike Gibson. That's a great ball. So the Gibson man starts running early on. That's the 25-yard line, the New Zealand 25. Number 2, John Pullen, England's captain, the hooker. McBride trying to get. Wilkinson going. Williams again. Everyone with him. Sid going. Very little support. Good tackle by Slattery of Ireland. Almost on the halfway line. Kirkpatrick to Williams. This is great stuff. Phil Bennett covering. Chased by Alistair Scone. Brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant. John Williams. Brian Williams. Pulling. John Dawes. Great dummy. David, Tom David, the halfway line. Brilliant by Quinnell. This is Gareth Edwards. A dramatic start. What a score! Oh, that fellow Edwards. Phil Bennett, 1 sidestep, 2, brilliantly beating. Up in support, John Williams, John Pullen. On this, John Dawes' expertise, superb dummy. Tom David, the flank forward in support. Quinnell's brilliant take. Edwards, what can touch a man like that? If the greatest writer of the written word would have written that story, no one would have believed it. That really was something. Walked on. Advantage to New Zealand. Going Burgess. Williams is with him. Into the box for Batty. David Duckham. That's the 25 then, the Barbarians 25. 4 points on the board, and that's the most unforgettable 4 points I think I've ever seen at the start of any game. The 25-yard line. McBride's palm. Nasty one for Slattery. Alistair's gone up quickly. Number 1, flank forward. McLaughlin of Ireland tidying up. Good ball from Bat. Burgess is dropped. And he wasn't far away with that one. New Zealand's fly half Burgess there. And that's his opposite number, number 10, Phil Bennett of Llanelli. Catch by Whiting. 25. Little Bennett with the right foot, which has always been accurate with him. Just halfway between the 10-yard line and the 25 in the New Zealand half. Ron Ehrlich at the front, opposite Sandy Carmichael. Willie John McBride, the second Barbarian. Number 2, that's the big Willie John. 49 caps for Ireland. Williams' throw. Whiting's palm. Going, Burgess, looking for the gap. John Bevan. Oh, a nasty bounce for him. Hack on. Williams has got a chance if he can control this one. The other Williams beats him to it. This then now, a line out halfway between the Barbarian line and the 25. End-to-end stuff. Good deflection from Kirkpatrick. To Burgess, a man over to pass the ball. That's Robertson, should have let it go. Williams covers, brilliantly recovers. Taken by Joe Karam and Batty too. Seemed to try on there, but still within striking distance now, the All Blacks, to this Barbarian line. Edwards on the right of Sidney. Well, those two know each other fairly well. Ray McLaughlin, number 1 there. Ireland's prop forward. John pulling in the middle. Sandy Carmichael of Scotland on the other side. Still that 10 yards from the Barbarian line. Going. Going, looking, inside to Hurst, a great tackle that was there, on 1 yard now from the line. This is where the New Zealanders are good. Can they ruck it? Wilkinson back very quickly with a very good tackle. He's in his Cambridge blue socks. Barbarians, of course, wear their club or international stockings. Still advantage to the All Blacks. Not straight. An advantage thrown away there. Phil Bennett. Karam waiting. Batty with the scissors. Here's the little man. The 25-yard line. Great tackle that was there by Sandy Carmichael. Mike Gibson. Ron Ehrlich's tackle. The advantage not taken there from that throw forward. But the tension here, the excitement. He's still within the Barbarian 25. Number 9 for the Barbars, Gareth Edwards, try scorer extraordinary. Some numbers there, 5, Peter Whiting, 7, Ian Kirkpatrick, Alistair Scone, number 6, 7 on the right there for the Barbarians is flank forward Fergus Slattery from Ireland. Mr. Dormerck, the referee, going, Burgess, Hurst, and last of all, halfway line. John Dawes looking for the pickup, getting it, John Bevan. Bevan inside there to Slattery. Robertson back, covering superbly. That's John Bevan in centre of the frame. Sandy Carmichael with the sweatband. Also Wilkinson too, and that's Tom David, the new Barbarian. Willie John McBride. Well, you've never seen a start, Dennis Young, like that, I'm sure, in your life.
No, Cliff. You know, we were speaking before, and I said to you that the first 20 minutes of this game would be vital, and that the ball was right in the Barbarians' court. Well, it took 2 minutes, not 20, for them to prove that although this is a stacked side with stars, they're still going to play it in what we know now as the Barbarians' way of playing, that zany, frothy type of rugby. What a wonderful try.
John Dawes there was injured. I thought that his steadiness in New Zealand, and I mean again in that one move today, Dennis, really is the difference in a class centre and just a mediocre one, don't you?
Very good. The pair of Dawes and Gibson. A lot of credit went to Barry John, and what a wonderful player he was, but in the centres they had great players too.
But number 9 there, Gareth Edwards, who now has scored a dramatic try at each end of this famous ground. His try in the first 2 minutes of this match at the River Taff end, and his try against Scotland, you'll all remember, in the mud, down at the town end. John Dawes seemingly happy, and that's good news. McBride behind Carmichael, in front of Wilkinson. Fergus Slattery. That's 15 yards in from the touchline. New Zealand's hooker, Ron Ehrlich. Joe Carroll. So Joe Karam, number 15 there, who came on this tour a second choice, but has had a magnificent trip. The broken line there, where Gareth Edwards stands, is the All Blacks 10-yard line. John Pullen throwing. That one went everywhere. Goings kick, Bevan. John Bevan there, the top try scorer in New Zealand, equaling Tony O'Reilly's record on the last tour. And his opposite number, Brian Williams, a prolific try scorer in South Africa on his last tour. McDonald holding. That's him feeding. Slattery spoils. Prop forward, Whiting upsetting the referee, and this, the Barbarians, I assume, will run. Edwards, the director. Pull in. Edwards, look at that. Inside of Tom David. Tom David to Slattery. Slattery inside of Wilkinson. 5 yards short. Tremendous pressure. Two number 9s going on the left, Edwards on the right, the greatest two in the world. Foot up, it looked up, yes it was. The referee suggests foot up in that scrummage. And I'm sure the New Zealanders are mighty relieved with this right-footed kick of Joe Karam. He's seldom inaccurate. The 10-yard line then, in the New Zealand half. And both sets of three quarters lying deep behind the packs. McBride's deflection, Edwards, Bennett, Dawes, Gibson, Williams in the line, putting Duckham away. The blown runner. Oh, what a tackle that was. That was a superb tackle by Bob Burgess on David Duckham. A try-saving tackle on the man who can really mortal. The 25. The action unceasing. Grant Batty for New Zealand. Nasty ball for goal. That's the 25. It's coming out brilliantly. Edwards to Bennett. The referee indicating, and that's a good thing for spectators, trying to handle the ball, pull it back with the hand, letting everyone know what the offence was. Joe Karam. Well, I must say, the applause in the ears of Joe Karam must be very welcome, because this crowd appreciates good play, and that really was good full-back play. Now the Barbars 25. Grant Batty. Karam with him. Robertson looking for the gap, giving it to Williams. John Bevan with him. Williams. Duckham waiting. Up there, very quick. Tom David and Kirkpatrick too. And it'll be a 5-yard scrum. That's Kirkpatrick, last man down into the New Zealand scrum. Number 7, the mighty man. Before the ball goes in, of course, one is not allowed to push. That was the offence. Bennett's torpedo kick. Well, I would suggest that in the first 16 or so minutes of this game, we've seen more quality rugby than we've seen for a long, long time. Ehrlich at the front, behind him Whiting, then Hamish MacDonald. Good ball, Graham Whiting, Burgess, Hurst, Robertson, Batty. It's a little too far for him, or is it? He keeps it in play brilliantly. The 25, a great tackle. Marvellous tackle by John Williams on Grant Batty. That's how close the New Zealanders are. Edwards knowing what to do there. We're almost halfway through the first half. Just one score, but that is something to treasure. Edwards, Bennett, Gibson, Dawes, Bevan. Williams is on for him. That's John Bevan. That happened in the last international I saw him as well. It's boot off. Of course, they're not allowed to stop play because the equipment the man wears isn't secure. Going Burgess into the box this time for Brian Williams. Bevan. The referee, waiting for the advantage, wasn't taken. Claims it was a knock-on by Bevan. New Zealand now desperately need a score to come back into this match. Williams poised behind his scrum while he's past the going. This is Fergus Slattery. Kirkpatrick takes him. Alistair Scown is there too. The hack on by prop forward Lambert, and finally Bevan. With these forwards, Ron Ehrlich amongst them, Whiting behind him, McDonald and then Lambert, who's come into the side as a replacement, really. He came as a second choice, but he's been playing magnificent rugby. They know they've been in a match. Whiting's deflection. Burgess, Hurst over the top. Robertson, nice piece of play. Joe Karam looking for Batty. Not a good one to take, but he did it brilliantly. Inside to Alistair Scowen. Whiting, the second row forward there. And Bennett, number 10. And the All Blacks couldn't be closer than that. 7 at the back, Kirkpatrick. 8 in front of him, Alex Wiley. Whiting in front of him, McDonald then. Then the other Whiting, Graham. At the front, Ron Ehrlich. And at the back, number 6, Alistair Scowen. Quinnell won that one. That was a vital one to win. The 25-yard line. Grant Batty, the team's top scorer. 15 tries so far on tour. That's on British soil, of course. Going, testing John Williams. That fellow never ever shirks not only a tackle but any situation at all. Still in the Barbarian 25. That's the Barbarian 25-yard line. New Zealand putting on all the pressure at this stage. The Barbarians winning vital ball in the line-out. Wilkinson and McBride together. 7 at the back, Fergus Slattery. In front of him, Derek Quinnell. That line out in front of this giant new stand at the National Stadium. Going, Hurst. Duckham on his own 25. A long way to go, but he's prepared. Oh, this was David again, Tom David. Look at this. Beaten Batty, Callum's tackle, Slattery backing up, inside to McBride, Willie John, Wilkinson, Edwards, Bennett, Dawes, Williams, Gibson. This must be a try for Bevan in the corner. Alistair Scowen's tackle. John Bevan's run. But I would say Alistair Scowen, number 6 there, he'll never pull off a more vital tackle than that if he plays until he's 100. And it's an injury to Grant Batty, who says he's okay. And we are just 2 yards now from New Zealand's line. Brian Williams with a throw. Caught beautifully by Whiting. Not straight, 15-yard scrum. Sid Going, number 9 there, only declared himself fit as we were doing our scene set of a grandstand today. The referee underneath that lot, the hack on by Lambert to John Williams. He'll open it up. Brian Williams' tackle. The line out back where John Williams actually kicked the ball. That's the fellow Williams who in New Zealand threatened, came into the line magnificently and created so many tries for the Lions. A quarter of an hour left of this first half. 4 points to 0, the scoreboard reads. But the game is far better than that score suggests. Going, harassed by Pullen. Tom Davis pickup. Scowen tackles. 10 yards now. Edwards, Bennett, Dawes, Gibson. Good tackle on Gibson there by Robertson. Dawes again to Duckham. Beats Batty. Callum and Batty eventually rescuing New Zealand. John Pullen then on the far side. Scound going, Burgess, Robertson's got Williams with him. He's looking for the gap, almost getting Williams away. Two there, John Pullen, Sandy Carmichael, Scotland with a sweatband, McBride jumping at 3, McLaughlin behind him. Beautiful deflection. Burgess, Hurst, Robertson, Joey Curran in the line, giving Batty a run from the halfway line. Gibson chasing, Batty running over the top. Bennett is covering. Well, New Zealand's left wing, Grant Batty over there. He's run not quite as well as that before and got tries. That certainly deserved a try, except for superb covering by Phil Bennett, the Barbarian fly half. Slattery knocks on. The advantage the referee waits for, none taken. McLaughlin opposite Kent Lambert on this side of the front row. Going. Well, this is the day, they said, when we would compare Sid Going and Gareth Edwards. Two great players. Great in the best sense of that word, which is often overexposed, of course. Going to Wiley. Burgess That's John Bevan. Inside to Mike Gibson. Good tackle by Robertson. Kirkpatrick is there. Derek Quinnell, Whiting, they've all arrived. Number 7, Kirkpatrick, on this side of the scrum. His team 4 points to 0 down. That superlative try by Gareth Edwards. Not straight. And this time Bennett searching for territory. When everyone expected Bennett then to run it, you could see John Dawes cooling it down, settling it down. Run only when you get the sort of ball you really can run with. That's tactics for you. The 25. With 10 minutes to go, Sid going then, feeding this scrum inside his own 25. Good try for the Barbarians. Going, Edwards, Slattery up. The Barbarians' rucking is good. The referee has penalised New Zealand there. Not for the little flare-up between Edwards and Wiley, that was nothing. They were together. But for being on the wrong side of that maul, one assumes. Phil Bennett, who can kick, wasn't in his best kicking form for Wales. Can he do it for the Barbars? Nine minutes of the first half to go. Joe Curran, Whiting up fast, picked up by McBride. That's Willie John. Kirkpatrick takes him. Edwards. Gareth Edwards telling his captain that the wind pulled that back in. Yeah, you've got to have a little bit of daring as a scrum half, bit of cheek as well. What a guy! That's the 10-yard line, then, the Barbarian 10-yard line. Those two men at the back, Scowen and Slattery, have been very busy all afternoon. Whiting's deflection going, Burgess, Hurst, Joe Curran waiting, took his eye off the ball. The halfway line then, Edwards for the Barbarians. Pulling, eventually wins it. Edwards, Bennett, Gibson, Bennett. Burgess chasing. Duckham. Batty's tackle. Slattery in support. Whiting for New Zealand. Just over 5 minutes of the first half left. 7 points to nil, the Barbarians in the lead. And the broken line at the heels of the Barbar scrum is the New Zealand 10-yard line. Scrummaging that, going back, Williams reading it brilliantly to Duckham. Burgess is beaten. Duckham with the whole line. What a dummy! Fabulous tackle. Wilkinson covering by Karam. Quinnell. Edwards again into Quinn, into Slattery, over the top. Dawes, brilliant! But it was forward. And the injured man is Alistair Scowen, the flank forward. Dennis, have you ever felt anything quite as tense as this?
I don't think I have. To say that a game is the greatest one has ever seen, I suppose, is a risky thing, but I certainly cannot remember in the many years that I played and I've watched rugby, seeing a game with so much wonderful running, so many good players on the field at one time. This is just marvellous, and there's nothing wrong with the game.
Here we are then, 10 yards from New Zealand's line. Going harassed by Edwards. Slattery's pickup. And he scores! From that scrimmage, Edwards, Harrison going, so to Slattery. That's the pickup. Couldn't be held by Burgess. Brian Williams or Karam. Phil Bennett then, from the identical spot, he converted a penalty. Number 7 then, the Irishman Fergus Slattery, scorer of the Barbarians' second try. Moving towards the half-time whistle. Karam. McBride's catch. Edwards, what a pass to Gibson. The fellow who has carried Irish rugby on his shoulders for many seasons, Mike Gibson, came to life really with lots of those forwards there in New Zealand. That's the 25 then, the Barbarian 25. Going to Burgess. Hurst. That one's too far ahead. Williams. Edwards, Bennett, Dawes, Gibson, Williams in the line. Beautiful chip ahead. Duckham is there. Oh, John Williams is there, and Joe Karam, his opposite number, with him too. 60 seconds at the half-time whistle. 13 points to nil, the Barbarians in the lead. In this, the most dramatic first half of any game that I can remember. Grant Batty. Good ball. Burgess. Oh, interception by Connell. Here's Dawes. This is John Bevan. Williams can't get him. So strong, this fellow. What a try! Well, this came when Bob Burgess failed to pick that one up. An awkward ball. Great tackle, that one, by Slattery again. Superb pickup. That ball from Dawes, brilliant. But see how strong this man is. He's done this once before to New Zealand in Canterbury. He's done it again. He only came into this Barbarian team because Gerald Davies cried off this morning. Boy, that one moment was worth his presence. We're in injury time in the first half. Edwards. The 10-yard line. Ron Ehrlich, pick up by McBride. So we're still on the 10-yard line. One injury we've had in this match, and that's the minute we're playing now. Number 9, Gareth Edwards for the Barbarians. For Duckham, that kick was meant. Joe Curran. Right in front of the players' tunnel now. That's on the 10-yard line. Good defense. Edwards getting that deflection from Connell. Not straight, the referee says. "17 points on the board for the Barbarians in this thrilling first half. This drive from the Barbars is good. Edwards on the blind side once again. Strong as an ox, still going. Tom David with him. And this fellow with the Red Sox there, number 6, Tom David. Not an international for Wales, a Barbarian today, his first game for the Barbars. He's been in every move, I think, so far. Goings kick. Three minutes of time allowed for injury, and this is the first half. Again, a deflection from Connell. Lifting, says the referee. And now, will New Zealand run this one? The answer seems to be yes. Sid going. Burgess. Oh, he was tackled after he kicked the ball. The referee waiting. and has penalised Fergus Slattery for tackling Burgess after he'd kicked the ball through. New Zealand now desperately need a score as we move into the 4th minute of time allowed for injury. To going, Whiting. Whiting's got on the other Whiting with him. The pass was too hard. Alistair Scone, and that's the half-time whistle. A superb first half. John Dawes doing for the Barbars what he did for the British Lions in New Zealand. On the scoreboard, 17 points to 0. Really does reflect what you and what we have enjoyed for the last 45 minutes. Well, will we see a repeat of that in the second half? Ian Kirkpatrick there, number 7, has been with his team around him all through this half-time period. He's got to pull something now out of the bag. 40 minutes of this match to go then. 17-0 the Barbarians lead. Joe Karam for New Zealand. Beautiful take by Whiting. That was brilliant. Lampert was up there with him. Burgess took it well. A nasty one for John Williams on his own line. Scone is up. Kirkpatrick, oh, he lost it. Kirky lost it then, but how he was there was miraculous. But he seldom misses things like that. We almost had the same dramatic start as we had in the first, in reverse. Phil Bennett for the Barbars. Beautifully judged kick. Wilkinson, McBride too. There were a couple of hands through there. Men in offside positions. A most kickable distance for Joe Karam. New Zealand desperately need this 3 points. Joe Karam, who's already scored 122 points on this tour, all of them apart from 8 with his boot. But he wasn't far away. So we're back on the Barbarian 25. With Phil Bennett. Beautifully judged once again. The pick up there by Hamish MacDonald. Slattery on the blind side. Bevan is with him. Slats goes it alone. Bob Burgess looking for the gap, finding it. Edwards covering to John Williams. Karam poised. He's got no three-quarters with him though. He had no other alternative than to hoist that one. On the left, Slattery. On the right, number 6, Alistair Scone. John Bevan, scorer of the power try. Monsieur Georges Domergue has had a very good match. He's allowed advantage. He's been unobtrusive. Pick up by Kirkpatrick. That's him, the big man. That's Whiting, even bigger. Forward it went. The referee waiting for the advantage will call for this set scrum. Things not quite going right in this first few minutes for the New Zealanders, who are on the attack. Edwards then. And this time, he gets the treatment from the referee, not in straight. On this, an easy 3 points for New Zealand. Some would say they should run it, but there's a long way to go in this game, and 3 points on the board could give you a little lift. And this probably is what's going through the mind of Ian Kirkpatrick. Joe Karam is kicking towards our camera just over the Taff River, the River Taff that runs alongside this ground. $125 points on tour. Still a big gap. Phil Bennett for the Barbarians. He's judging his kickoffs magnificently. 3 of his forwards arriving with the ball. The referee calling the scrummage back to the point of infringement. Going. Scooped it brilliantly. Burgess, Karam. Well, he was harassed there by Slattery. But Joe Karam, as he has done through the whole of this tour, didn't hesitate and didn't put a foot wrong. The halfway line. Going. Robertson. Taken by Tom David, this marauding, brilliant flanker who's been here, there and everywhere. This is where New Zealand like it. Going harassed. Karam, Brian Williams, he's a lovely sidestepper. He's got speed too. Wilkinson chasing, John Williams. But John Williams just getting the tackle in. And we have an injury to Peter Whiting. That giant lock forward. So you got 2 injuries, Sid going limping, and Whiting in trouble with his ankle too. You don't want problems like this at this stage for New Zealand, Dennis?
Well, that's right, because Peter Whiting has been one of the successes of the tour, a very big man, but perhaps a little inexperienced when he started on the tour, but has improved and is now, I would say, our best lock. And, well, back home, you know, when they're looking at this, they'll be saying, sure, they're beaten, but who would be disgraced in being beaten by this side? Really, you know, I have never seen a team better than this one. I don't think, looking at the Lions team last year, they played at any stage better than this, ever.
We've had 8 minutes of the second half, 17 points to 3 the score, and that's the Barbarians 25. Going, Burgess brilliantly. Hurst, this is Karam in the line, Williams in the line. Can he get there? He's got great speed. Grant Batty is in. Grant Batty. From this superb take on his toes by Burgess. Into the line from Robertson came Brian Williams. He stretched his legs There was Grant Batty at his elbow. Nothing could stop him. The little man's 16th try on tour. A vital one too. Joe Karam's kick. Well, New Zealand, as he knew, needed that one. But now we can expect something from the New Zealand side. He set it off, Grant Batty. Can the rest of his team respond? Mike Gibson, the Irish centre. I think a hand injury. Now this fellow, Dennis, had a great tour in New Zealand, did he not?
Yes, he did. As a matter of fact, he's regarded as being the best of the tourists in the back line. He's so steady. There's no flaw in his play at all. His defence is as good as his attack, and his attack is brilliant.
And with him there, number 15 for the Barbars, John Williams, who also distinguished himself. There's the Otago scrum half, who New Zealand has recognised, Lynn Colling, standing by, I assume, because Sid Gowen's ankle, which really did take a nasty crack and a twist in Dublin. Mike Gibson, okay, and we restart. Going to Burgess. Two fabulous tries against Nathan Aberavan 4 days ago. Right on the halfway line. The referee asking, and New Zealand deciding to scrum it. Last man down for New Zealand, Alex Wiley, the number 8 forward. What a good tour he had. Good heel too. Nasty ball, Edwards up. Knocked on by Hurst. The referee playing the advantage. Edwards, Bennett, into the box for Duckham. Karam and Batty. Joe Karam eventually. Well, that piece of play resulted in the referee allowing the advantage law, the most important, the most exciting law in the game. Deflection this time from Whiting, going. David Duckham waiting, going with him. Duckham again, to Bennett. John Williams, the big strong fella, ran into a man of his own side. He ran into Willie John McBride, Bill McBride. The referee having no nonsense in the front row, and rightly so. The Barbars turning, spoiling that heel. The pickup. This is Wiley, Alex Wiley. On top of him is Tom David. The halfway line. Joe Karam. This fellow judges things to a nicety. That was slide rule precision kicking by Joe Karam. New Zealand now have got to run this ball. They desperately need a score. 17 points to 7. 10 points the difference. We've had a quarter of an hour of the second half. right in front of the players' tunnel. Number 9, Sid Going, noticeably limping in the last 10 minutes of this half. Wally's pickup, trying to pick it up. Kirkpatrick on the fringe. Brilliantly stolen. Wilkinson, Slattery. Great tackle that though, but Wilkinson at the support. That's Bob Burgess. Here's Brian Williams, he can get there, he's got tremendous speed. Inside the Joe Karam, he's got support. The hooker, Ronnie Ehrlich, on the 25. Number 3 there, Sandy Carmichael. John pulling last man up with his opposite number, Ron Ehrlich. It's Fergus Slattery, actually, the number 7 there, the flanker, who's been involved in so much of this play, receiving some attention. Well, Dennis, 17 points to 7, 10 points the difference. Can you give any heart to New Zealand listeners at the other end of the world?
Well, it's a long way to come back, a very long way to come back against a side like this. But they've done many good things in the second half, the New Zealand side. They've missed on 2 tries by bad luck, I suppose we could call it that, and there is a chance.
And this chance from perhaps the 25-yard line, that's the Barbarian 25. Sid Going for New Zealand. That one I didn't think was crooked. Nevertheless, relief through the boot of Phil Bennett for the Barbars. Seven then at the back, but he covered Fergus Slattery of Ireland. In front of him, number 8 forward Derek Quinnell. Alistair Scone is 6. Kirkpatrick, number 7. 2 from the back. Waiting, going. Burgess in troubles through Slattery. Burgess never had any chance at all of getting out of the clutches of Slattery as he fished for that floating pass by Going. Williams, Brian. The charge through, where's John McBride? 10 yards out. A good ruck. And the New Zealanders infringing in that ruck. Lambert, the last man up. Ken Lambert. Little Phil Bennett there. And Tom David, his clubmate, having a spot of treatment. He's a tough fella, but it's over the eye, that one. Well, this penalty, Dennis, could make all the difference.
20-7, yes, that's a lot of points. Just looking perhaps at some of these young players, you mentioned Karam, but I'd also like to mention Hurst at what we call second 5'8", a great young player.
Phil Bennett from the touchline. Karam's kick. Tempo perhaps now has understandably and noticeably dropped. The pace of the first half was absolutely terrific. McBride's chat then to Sandy Carmichael, the Irish and the Scots, an Englishman behind, Wilkinson, uncapped as yet. Slattery's deflection, McBride, the big fellow, taken by Kirkpatrick. Going to Burgess, now here's Hurst. Inside, took Scone, Alistair Scone. Over the top to Williams, but Bevan is with him inside Hurst once again. Beautiful dummy. And the last man there was Sandy Carmichael, the prop forward. Number 16, the Otago scrum half. Ball to Burgess, over the top, Robertson, readjustment, Williams, Batty, into the line on the wrong side of the field. On. He spotted them. First pass of Lynn Collins certainly made the line move a bit. Inside the 25, Bennett. Joe Karam. Williams. David covering, calling for and getting them out. Less than half the second half to go. And you don't expect a flank forward to be able to stick one into touch like that. Right on the halfway line. Beautifully caught again, Whiting. Two-handed this time. Setting up the ruck. Colling, Burgess, Hurst, looking for it. What a tackle! That really was a thumping tackle by John Dawes. Right there from the halfway line, his target down at the town end at Cardiff. Bennett. Ten points the difference as Joe Karam drops from his own 25. Whiting, McDonald together, Colling. Hurst did well. He was harassed by the Barbarian hooker John Pullen. And the referee says it was a little late. But my goodness, Hurst did well to rescue that bad pass. Here's Karam again. halfway. John Bevan, British Lion, Welsh international, on the Barbarian left wing. The Barbarians looking for a blindside break. David picks up. Hurst is forced to tackle. Slattery backing up. Carmichael knocked forward. Gibson came through there on Lynn Colling. Edwards, Gibson. Gibson to Dawes. Williams, John. Inside the Dawes. John Dawes. Two dummies. Couldn't get away with a third. Good stuff though. Well back. Joe Curran once again. John Williams, his opposite number. Held by Whiting, Graham Whiting, to Colling, Burgess, Hurst, Robertson, Dawes checked him, Gibson, Hurst once again, Bob Burgess, Grant Batty. This is a competitor, tackled after the ball. He was tackled after the ball. Well, Batty certainly got hammered after he'd kicked that one ahead. A couple of yards late, one would have said. Beautiful from McDonald. Look at that ball to Burgess. Robertson, Karam in the line. Robertson again. Duckham covering. Carmichael too, that's him. David is there, setting up his own ruck. On the Barbar side, Quinnell, John Williams. Well, this covering by the Barbarians really is something. Whiting. Barbarian ball. This is Gareth Edwards with his team leading 17 points to 7. The obstruction. Batty retaliating, the referee penalising him, the Barbarians on the attack. Slattery to Williams. John Bevan from the halfway line. What a tackle that was. Ian Hurst did well to get back. Cut him to Brian Williams. 3 men there. He should have given it. Williams is too safe a player to try and run through. McDonald to Whiting, front row forward. Ronnie Ehrlich. Covering again, John Pullen for England. The England hooker there at the vital moment. Colling, Burgess, into the line comes Brian Williams. Over the top, it should have gone to Williams though. Duckham was in. Ahead for Batty. Picks it up, he scores for speed, over the top, this is a brilliant try by Grant Batty, he picks it up. His 17th try. Superb pass from Colling. Burgess, Williams into the line. It should have gone to him, really. But it was made by that beautiful chip ahead and by this fellow's pace, beating John Dawes. John Williams too. Not many wings can control like that. Receiving some treatment from the crowd because of a little scrap he had early on. But nothing can detract from a try like that. Points to 11 then with Batty's try. So Phil Bennett restarting for the Barbars. Time is now running away. We've got 10 minutes left and the gap is now 6 points. £17 to 11 the score. The Barbarians in their traditional hooped jerseys on the left. He's still on the 10-yard, the broken line. In New Zealand territory. Gareth Edwards is ball. Quinnell holding. That one kick for John Bevan. He did so much of that on tour. Joe Caron. Eight minutes of the match to go. The difference in these sides is just 6 points. The New Zealand 25-yard line. Slattery's deflection. That's the great McCry. Willie John tackled by Alex Wiley. Beautifully fed to Edwards on the blind side. John Bevan. Kirkpatrick's tackle. The pick-up by Bob Burgess. John Williams. The 10-yard line still. Wilkinson for the Barbarians. Edwards, Bennett, Dawes is with him, so too Duckham. Now Gibson's outside Duckham. These two between them have got pace. Kirkpatrick's tackle on Duckham. Batty as well. Carmichael of Scotland. David of Wales. Pullen of England. Slattery of Ireland. Gibson of Ireland. That's his genius. That's now Willie John. Tom David of Wales. Joe Curran's tackle, and it went forward. And that by Lindsay Colling, a great piece of play, but Duckham can keep it in. David Duckham. Lambert misses him. Kirkpatrick as well. Colling was in that again. Derek Quinnell. Dawes. Williams. Gibson. Slattery to John Williams. That was David Duckham. See how eventually the Barbars refuse to let this ball die. Dawes, Williams, Gibson, they're not content. Gibson having done his job. Williams was outside Slattery and his sidestep beat Karam. And Batty's despairing tackle. Phil Bennett's kick has now set seal on this game. It would be miraculous if that New Zealand side could come back now. That was a shattering blow by John Williams. 5 minutes to go. Lambert, Colling, Batty, Burgess, Hurst, getting the dummy, Robertson, he's a very quick ball, can he get there? Oh, he had a man with him, John Williams, he's kept it in, covering Ron Ehrlich, the hooker for New Zealand. But they've got to go all the way back. Oh, this really is powerful stuff. Sid going now has to sit and wait. They say that they also serve who stand and wait. And my goodness, he's been a great servant of New Zealand. And so the young man who's come on in his place, since he's arrived, has spun the ball well. That's him there, number 16, Lynn Colling. French referee, Mr. Georges Domergue. Foot up in the scrum. Bennett's boot. And New Zealand now, the gauntlet has been thrown down. They're accepting the challenge. John Williams, the great fullback. This is Bob Burgess deep in his own half. And as they say, when things go wrong, they really do. He had lots of time there. But it's happened, of course, to the best. Quinnell's pick-up, Edwards. Fergus Slattery, Quinnell, Bennett's boot. Batty going back. Here's John Dawes. Dawes and Robertson together. British rugby has a lot to thank that man for. Unlucky for some, they say 13. It certainly has been a lucky number for Dawes. Wilkinson. Lindsay Colling. First against the put-in. That was the first of the afternoon. To Gibson. The pick-up by centre three-quarter Hurst. Slattery with him. Playing the game of his life. Number 7 for New Zealand, Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick to Whiting. Whiting there to McDonald the prop. Brian Williams, the 25-yard line. Can he get into the corner? Inside to Robertson. Great covering by David, tackling back there for the Barbars. And they're 5 yards short of the Barbarian line. A minute and a half of this match left. 23 points to 11. The Barbarians beating the 7 All Blacks on this not just historic and traditional but momentous occasion. McDonald holding. Four yards now from the Barbarian line. The ball still moving. In calling for New Zealand. On the blind side, there's not much room, but Kirkpatrick is with him. 5 yards short still. Quinnell's marvellous pass to Bevan, and John Bevan out of trouble. That fellow there, Slattery, certainly had a game for the Barbars. Fergus Slattery, disappointed in New Zealand because of a test match on the eve of which he got a nasty flu germ, but he's certainly playing a great game. Whiting's deflection. Burgess, Hurst, Joe Karam in the line. Inside to Alistair Scowen. Scowen got Whiting with him. That's Whiting. The support coming from Kent Lambert on the floor. That's him. Slattery picks up. 1 yard short. Constant pressure now by New Zealand. 23 points to 11. No time to go. Just 30 seconds on the watch. Five or 6 yards. That's all from the Barbarian line. The hookers have to bind properly. Now then, the Barbarians from their own line. Grant Batty, a long way to go. He's going this way towards us. Oh, and he knocks over his own front goal. Graham Whiting. Those are the things, of course, to remember. Fast heel for Edwards. Brilliant tackle out there by Lindsay Colling. Mike Gibson snatched that one into the air. Support from Quinnell. John Dawes. John Bevan beats Williams. Halfway line. Tom David. Slattery. Burgess robbed them of that. David once again. On the halfway line, the time allowed now for injury and Sid Going leaving the field. It's 23 points to 11 in the most marvellous of matches. To Burgess. Williams in the line. He's a very strong fellow. Slattery once again to the tackle. Gareth Edwards the pickup. Derek Quinnell. John Bevan once again. He's as strong as an ox, this fellow. He's got a long way to go. John Williams is with him. Kirkpatrick going the other way. This is Kirkpatrick. Support there from Whiting. Over the top to Williams. And Batty's with him too. Inside to Batty from the halfway line. Can he beat John Dawes? Robertson. The pickup by Batty. Scowen is there. And that was, I would have thought, the final flourish from the All Blacks. David Duckham, right on the left there, injured in that piece of exciting play. But that really, I thought, Dennis Young, epitomised what this game has strictly been about.
Of course it is. This is what the Barbarian rugby has always been, and let's hope that it always remains this way. Had it been played in the tighter vein, I think that probably the Barbarians game could well have been in jeopardy. But this has been a triumph for both teams. Even though New Zealand have been pretty comprehensively beaten, they still have played their part in this game. In fact, I would say they've had an equal share of the second half.
Well, there are some familiar faces. Carmichael McBride with his ears covered in that hectic second row where he plays. Wilkinson, a young Englishman who hasn't been capped, blowing a little. Number 6 here, Alistair Scowen, a brilliant flanker for New Zealand. And David Duckham, whose blonde hair streaks away when he runs. Very popular figure wherever he plays. Barbarian ball, Edwards. Monsieur Domergue looks at his watch. That's the back row. Alex Wiley, Kirkpatrick and Scone. Colling to Burgess, inside to Robertson. There's no gap there though. Kirkpatrick trying to tidy up, he does, to Scone. Alistair Scone. I wonder, will this game have a try to finish it off? It's 23 points to 11. We've seen some gems. Edwards harassing, Slattery helping him. John Dawes, Derek Quinnell, perfectly timed ball to Williams. Williams inside to Gibson. Gibson tackled by Alistair Scone. John Dawes, Gareth Edwards, Bennett. Bennett on his own 10-yard line. John Dawes. Dawes has Gibson. Gibson has John Williams. Run out of legs there. And there we are. This has been a great occasion. Let me not say a word now as we listen to this crowd and we watch some of the greatest players of the decade, indeed of all time. There's a great smile, a brave one on the face of Ian Kirkpatrick, the man, a young man, who has led this side, one of the world's great players and the world's great gentleman, has time to put a name, an immortal name, on the programme of small girl. And what this crowd has seen today has been not strictly a treat of running rugby, but it's also been thoughtful rugby. It's been the type of play that John Dawes, Cowan James and company played against Ian Kirkpatrick there when the last Lions played there. It's been a pleasure to watch. And those of us who have seen it here, and those millions all over the world who have been with us, have really been very privileged people indeed.